Ladies, chivalry is absolutely dead. I've got female clients coming up to me telling me that men's dating behavior has changed, that they are no longer offering to pick them up, helping them in their jackets, or doing anything that a gentleman would do. And on top of that, most men do not want to commit towards a serious relationship. But the problem is, that is exactly what women want. Commitment. All that men are saying nowadays on dating apps is, hey, you want to Netflix and chill at mine? Or, hey, you want to hang out later? I'll come to yours. Whose fault is that? That is absolutely 100% our fault. That is purely women's fault. If you're going to their house after just a couple of days or a couple of weeks and doing what you gotta do, that is not proper dating behavior. Women make it way too easy for men nowadays to simply get laid. We are coming over to their house like a free pizza for them to enjoy. Who wants to put in effort for a free ordered pizza? Nobody, right? Why would he change that behavior? Men would be absolute idiots to put in more effort and get the same thing, right? Most likely, men after a few days, few weeks, they are already pulling back effort. No more text messages, no more good mornings, no more good nights. Most of the time, they won't even tell you that they don't want commitment. You are just feeling it. That is heart-wrenching, but so logical. You are feeling no effort, no commitment, low commitment, and hoping for things to change. I have a client who told me that he spent the night at her house, they did what they gotta do. In the morning, he had to leave a little bit earlier than she did. What did she do? She made him breakfast. Why are you doing that? What has he put on the table? For what are you doing that? You are doing that because you're building on potential and hoping that things might change. You're thinking to yourself, if I treat him the way I want to be treated, he will start understanding that I am girlfriend material. You're thinking, if I have the best sex in the world with him, he will start committing more. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, honey, but it ain't gonna change. It is what it is, and he's not gonna start committing more. You are giving him full boyfriend privileges, hoping that he's going to be your boyfriend, whilst he is sure that all you are is a little fling. He is getting full content without any subscription. He's getting all the wifey privileges without putting in any wifey effort. He's not even putting in girlfriend effort. He's putting in zero effort. So if we want things to change in men's dating behavior, 2023, 24, 25, for all the future ladies in this world, we need to pull on one string. Now, what does that mean? The more commitment he puts in, the more effort you can add. If he tells you that he doesn't want a relationship, listen to him. Now, don't try to read between the lines and try to change him. Listen to what he's telling you. Accept it, say thank you, next, and move on gracefully. It's not about playing silly games like not answering his text messages for 3 hours or random things like that. It's about restoring an equilibrium of effort and equilibrium of commitment on both sides. You are not putting in more than you are getting. You have to wait for the guy to put in a little effort to then give him a little privilege. He puts in more effort, he gets more privileges. That is a natural way of building a healthy relationship. It's about knowing your worth. It's about not handing him over a free prize without him having to put in any effort. Don't forget, men biologically like to hunt. It's in their genes. If you're giving yourself away for free, it's nothing special to them. If you're making them work for it, the more that he has to put in effort, the more worthy you will be for him, the more special you will be. This is what you want. You want to be special and not a free pizza.
And that was a long ass video, man. I was not expecting that. But anyways, she said some things that would be like common knowledge to women in just 30, 40 years ago, but I doubt because even now, older grannies want to hook up. It's crazy. So anyways, she said, don't just give it out right away. Now, a woman during this who's already been ran through Now we'll try to save it for the next nice guy when already the chats and Tyrons have already done her 20, 40 kinds. It's crazy, and they will require special treatment from a nice guy, but a bad boy can come in first day and just smash her and go, man. That's the woman we got today. Why would you wanna spare your time with any of them? Like, why would you wanna even have a committed relationship with any one of them? But I do agree that women do give up easily these days. That's why the bad boys get them first, and then there's always saying nice guy finish last. No longer. We rather don't date anyone like those and be single. That's why men are going their own way. That's more.
There's no amount of dinners that you will ever buy for me that will get my panties off. So you really need to figure out what it is that you think you have to offer and what it is that you think I value. Because it's never going to happen without real investment. And that's not what you do. And I get that that's satisfactory for some others, but it's not enough for me.
Man, this is hilarious. This is actually said by some lady on a podcast I had. It's clipped on previous videos, but here are some comments for this section. Let's see what guys are saying. Nobody wants that expired milk. You can hear it from the voice. True. A lot of women need to learn the art of being quiet. The man will offer you more, but demanding it will never work. Exactly. Here are some other comments if you want to read. Let's move on.
With the way my dating life is going right now, I feel like I'm going to be single for a long time. Like a long time. I literally just cannot stand. I cannot stand these vanilla ass men. You're boring. You don't intrigue me. And at this point, I'm like losing faith in all men. I just feel like they all want one thing. And if that's what you want, I'm the wrong bitch. Go somewhere else. I cannot tell another man what I like to do on my free time. I can't do it. And I don't give my attention to anybody. And when I'm finally like, oh, like he's cute, like let me talk to him. You're boring. You're boring. You suck.
How do you think men feel when they're typically the ones pulling all of the weight, and in response, they get one-worded responses, 2-hour gaps in conversation, and 0 initiation? The bottom line is that a lot of men today feel like it is pulling teeth to get to know a woman. So if you as a woman don't even want to talk about your hobbies, yet you're telling men that they're too vanilla, they're boring. I'm sorry, is he the only one that's supposed to bring joy and excitement to your life?
Look at this clown thinking she's special. And she's talking about guys being boring. Have you ever seen how women respond? Those one-word text messages, like that woman mentioned. And women have no personality to get men. All they have is fake makeup and all that shit. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And then they cry in their 30s. Funny how that works.
Okay, PSA to all men. Just because a girl is wearing a low-cut shirt or a tight top or a fitted outfit doesn't give you permission to just stare at their chest. It makes us so uncomfortable, and if you guys could please stop doing it, it would be amazing. Men will always be like, oh, we don't like being called creeps, or we're so scared to be called creeps, but then you guys make it so difficult for the female species to exist or even wear anything.
Okay, in case you guys didn't hear a word that lady just said, she said don't be creeps, don't stare at her. No matter what she's wearing, no matter what any other woman is wearing, don't stare. I mean, even if she has like a flamingo on her head, you better not stare. Even though it's like totally human, you know, when somebody is just being totally obvious and flaunting, you know, maybe they're even like dancing with that flamingo. Yeah, you better not look.
He was really saying don't look at their chest. Meanwhile, she's bouncing in an idle car. Make that make sense. She's doing it for attention. Seen a couple of our videos previously where she's doing deep cleavage and all that shit. And now she's saying don't stare at her chest. Funny.
I'm done with situationships with guys who just use me because, you know, they want to sleep with me, or they just, you know, want to hook up with me, or something like that.
Let me guess. You've realized your worth now as an older woman. You have matured, and you're just not gonna make the same mistakes because your value at 30 plus is so much higher now. So the next guy that comes around is gonna have to jump through 10 times the hoops.
It's always funny when older women, when asked for dating advice, they will always say that now it's harder because now they're mature, now they know their value, now they know their standards. It's funny how they think about standards when they already lost all the value a man sees in a woman.
Who pays for the first date? Netherlands versus the US. Let's talk about it. So I'm from the US, and growing up, I feel like it is very common, very normal for a man to pay for the first date. It is not always, but it's common. If the man asks you out on the date, they will pick up the first bill of what you're doing first. And I believe that it has more to do with the money cost of it. I think it has to do with the fact that the idea surrounding the first date, it has a lot of chivalry. When a girl is asked out by a man on the first date, it is often they want to be taken care of, they want to be in that feminine energy, they want to be spoiled. Whereas in the Netherlands, it's just not that serious, it's not that deep, it's more of just two people getting to know each other. It's not about this whole extra stuff regarding a first date who pays. So moving here, I didn't really realize that like, it is literally called going Dutch when you split the bill, because it's very common to split the bill. You got your food, I got my food, let's just split it. Whereas in the US, it's not about money in the US. It's about responsibility. It's about you took me out. Of course, like it's about like being taken care of. Can they afford to be in a relationship with you? Like all this stuff. And here it's just like not that serious when it comes to on your first date, taking someone out or doing something. Some guys here do pay for the first date, some guys don't. It really just depends. And honestly, it's not something that you need to be offended by if they don't. Whereas like in the US, it can be a red flag when a guy doesn't pay for the first date just because you're like, was this a date at all? Was this just friends? And again, it's not because a girl's frugal, it's just because that's our culture. Our culture is the guy typically pays for the first date, whereas here, it's their culture to just split things. I prefer to go back and forth, like you got the wine, I'll get the appetizers, you get the dinner, I'll get the dessert. Like I like to go back and forth, but it is really common here just to split everything down the middle or just however you do it. And it's not that serious. Any more tips, comments below, let me know. I only know heterosexual relationships, but if you anything with any other thing, let me know how it works. I love you.
See, what she mentioned about Netherlands dating, that kind of dating is happening everywhere else. It's only in the US and the West where it's like crazy, dumb logic, like man has to pay everything. He has to pay 200, 300 on first day, otherwise he's not a real man. Some dumb shit like that. Well, now men don't care and enjoy your 100% of the bill. Crazy Drizzle. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoy, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Here are some videos you can check if interested, and I'll see you next one. Thanks for watching.